Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for August 30th, 31st, September 1st, and 2nd. That's Monday through Thursday. Now, I'm using my Radley Valentine decks. I will use my Archangel Power Tarot cards for the main message. I will use my Angel Tarot cards for just pull one, kind of see what else it can say. I will also pull from my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, I've prayed, meditated, infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember that this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job is just to deliver the message no matter what. Remember, reversed cards have a little more meaning. When I speak about higher power, to you, that could be higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, the source, whoever that is to you, that's your personal journey. Okay? Okay. Now, I've also pulled out my guardian angel cards, and I do feel that we need to have a little bit of encouragement for this week. We do have Libra, or Mercury is transversing into Libra, and that will be on the 30th. Now, Mercury and Libra, Libra has a lot of justice energy. It has a lot of right and wrong energy. It has a lot of, the sword energy. And think about the sword. The sword cuts through the air. The sword is what, again, right through wrong type of thing. It will be, Mercury is about communications. Mercury is also about business, electronic issues also, or electronics, I should say. Mercury's going to be in Libra for a little over 2 months. So it's going to be an interesting time. So it'll be there from August 30th until November 5th. It also goes retrograde around the 27th, and I think it's the 27th. And then that's a whole different thing. And we'll talk about that as we get closer, because that will actually be in Libra season. So again, honesty and communications. Remember, yes, I know Saturn is in Aquarius, and that's illusion versus reality. So there could be some interesting things coming over. The communications, things being very brutally honest. I do feel that Mercury will probably not have a lot of tact. I think it's just going to be right there in your face. So now, I have shuffled, I have cut. We're going to pull just one card and see what we might have, just an overlying energy for this week. Here we go. Choose freedom. Now that's interesting with this. So this is a 15. Lots and lots of change energy here. Lots of change energy. 5 is about change, positive, negative. 5s also have grace. So there's a lot of things that maybe we don't, maybe we don't deserve it, but a lot of times the universe does give us grace through these times. So again, we have the 15. 1 is a new beginning. You can look at it as a 10 plus 5. 10 would be your transition. And like I said, 5 is change. Change, positive, negative, neutral. Okay, choose freedom. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but often that's just an illusion. Remember, illusion versus reality. You could free yourself from the obstacles that you are so focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision endless other possibilities you might act upon. Oh my goodness. I think that that's very powerful words. I think that we need to remember what that is. I think I also need to bring down my camera a little bit. Sorry about that. But again, choose freedom. And it does bring to mind, I've been trying to do some blogging on my website. And what I'll do is many times I'll find other articles and I will reference those. You'll actually see the links to the articles, and I'll do a couple of paragraphs on my thoughts. There was an article that I think was last week or the end of the week before, and it was called David and Goliath. If you have not read it, please read it, because it does explain a lot of things that are going on right now. Okay. Anyway, we need to make sure that we keep our thoughts positive, that we do not feed the dark energy with fear, and we just keep going forward with the light that we are. Okay? Okay. Let's start our readings now. Hello, my Aquariuses. How are you? Well, let's see what we've got going on for you this week. I can see you being very verbal this week. Okay, and there we go. Oh, the King of Ariel. Also, too, possibly very verbal in your workplace. Okay. King's underlying energy is your energy, Gemini and Libra. Air energy, it's very cutting swords, just going through, making plans. It's, thinking very precise energy here. Now, Ariel is earth energy. It is our work, job, career, how we make our money. It is also have to do with our home. The King of Ariel is the professional. The King of Ariel is either the top of your field, or you know what you need to know in your job, your career, your hobby, anything, that type of really high knowledge type of energy. The King of Ariel can also be a professional such as a doctor, lawyer, possibly, I don't know, I'm kind of getting a banker type of energy too, especially if you're working on a mortgage. So, the King of Energy, the King of Ariel, though, is wants to get it done, and wants to get it done that will both benefit you and him. Now, it doesn't mean that he's a he. It could be you, whether male or female. And it doesn't mean that it's a separate entity. It could be what's inside of you, that you want to get something done. You want to get something completed. You want the papers signed. You want to make sure that the contracts are what needs to be done. Now, I do not give legal advice, so again, check with a lawyer. I don't give financial advice either, so check with whoever that would be for you. But the King of Ariel really knows his stuff, knows what he's doing, especially in the business world. So and again, I do feel like you're going to be very verbal, but it sounds like you're going to be very direct and kind of like, hey, we're not going the direction we need to go. Let's recoup. Let's rethink this. You're not going to necessarily let other people just do groupthink around you. And groupthink is when somebody, think of the emperor has no clothes. What is it? Hans Christian Andersen. And, where everybody said, oh, wonderful suit. And then a little kid says he's naked. So look that up. You can look that up on the internet. So the King of Ariel points out the foibles, yes. Points out the errors. Points out things that need to be seen. And it's not necessarily a popular position to be in, but and you might not necessarily get the welcome that you may want, but it is still doing what is right. And it's just like, how can anyone not see it? All right. So anyway, the King of Ariel is successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. Your plans are working out very well, professional and financial success, using resources wisely. Let's see what this one says. Here we go. The 7 of Gabriel. Now, 7's the divine umbrella, perfect number. Gabriel is our Sagittarius, our Aries, our Leo, passionate, burning, very determined. This is basically, again, what I was trying to say here. Stand up for yourself. Don't let anyone, run over you. Stand up, be firm. If you know what you know, it's okay to say it. This is, there's a lot of energies kind of going around that, there's a lot of things swirling, a lot of, this is a lot to do with your throat chakra, even though this is orange, which would be more your sacral. But anyway, it's again, speak your piece. Don't hold back. And don't be afraid that I don't want to say it because it's going to disrupt everybody. Hey, it's better to have the disruption sooner than later. All right? Does that make sense? Ooh, let me know. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. Next card, the 4 of Gabriel. So now we have a 7 and a 4. 4s have leadership. I'm also getting a lot of integrity here too. A lot of integrity with this 4. But it's leadership, it's stability, it's also organization, but I'm also getting a lot of integrity. Again, Gabriel is our, the fire energy. This is what you're doing. It's like you're on the right track. This is celebration. This is you did what you needed to do. It's something that you can live with. And even if they go down a different direction, even if they don't necessarily follow your advice, It's one of these things, if you didn't speak up, if you didn't say what you needed to say, and you can say these things in kindness, it's like, it's that person that comes back to you and says, well, why didn't you say something? In this case, you'll be able to say, I did say something. All right. But the Four of Gabriel is also about a time for a celebration, abundant rewards for hard work, release yourself from burdensome situations. Ooh, interesting, interesting, interesting. Now, to me it is. Anyway, I'm also getting that 7 plus 4 is the 1-1. It's the 11s. 1-1's new beginnings. So there's something with the 7 and 4s. Let's see now what we have here for my Aquariuses. The Knight of Air. Now, Knight's underlying energy is fire. Air energy is, we've talked about it, it's the underlying energy of the Kings. It's sword energy. It's your energy. Now, this has a lot of quick movement to it. This is something that happens that it's almost too, it's almost like it's too quick to even get a handle on it. It's like when, like when something's swirling and swirling and you need to stop it and you're like waiting and waiting and then you go poop and then it can stop. But, it's basically, it's just very quick action, very quick energy, very quick things moving a little bit beyond your control. But again, it's like you need to take the stick or whatever, like the stick, poke it into the spokes to kind of slow things down a little bit. But, you may not be able to do that. So say your piece and then, you've done what you need to do. But remember, when you say your piece, it's coming from a position of knowledge. All right, so the Knights, and Knights are directional. Knights are also intelligent, decisive, or Knight of Air, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. So there's a lot of this change stuff going around all around you. The thing is, you see things clearer than a lot of the others. And, with the fire, the air, all of these things, other people might be extremely emotional. You're going to see things with more objectivity, which actually is going to be very helpful. All right, let's go on here and see what crystallar energy for my Aquarius is. Reversed. Onyx. I love anything. I love any black stone. Onyx is about seeing the future, responsibility, stamina, self-mastery. It also, anything that's a black stone, it does absorb negativity. But this one, Onyx, I love seeing the future, responsibility, stamina, self-mastery. Things that you probably will need this week. Your choices on that one, of course. Okay, so my Aquariuses, always, remember the button. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell, notification. You keep me going. Thank you. Always remember, no matter what the world throws at us this week, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.